I'm meteorologist Joe D'Andrea with the National Weather Service in San Diego. I just want to discuss a couple of notes as we transition here from winter into spring. We'll start with our winter precipitation and drought that's affecting a part of the state. Also, we'll look at the weather in May. Why is it frequently gray? Another topic, sea surface temperature anomaly. You've heard about it in the California Bight. The temperatures have been running above average, and we'll take a look at that as well. To start out, it was an interesting wet season, because usually in Southern California our wettest months are deep into winter. That would be January and February. That was not the case this winter, though, as we bookended the heavy precipitation at the first part of the winter and at the last part of the winter. Still, we didn't do too bad. Look at Northern California. Almost every month was below or well below normal. And that pattern continued into April as well, with Southern California much above normal with rainfall and snowfall, while the north stayed largely dry. There are consequences, especially for Northern California now, where they've entered moderate to locally severe drought. Since October 1st, San Diego's seasonal precipitation is over 13 inches, while Sacramento had about 10.5, and that's only 55% of their average. So we're in good shape here in the south. The streams are running, the water tables are high in many areas, and soil moisture is good, and that's pretty good for us as we transition into the spring season. And spring is usually a quiet time for us. It's also the season of stratus, and there's a reason for that. Stratus develops in a very stable atmosphere. Cool, moist onshore flow persists many days off the ocean and the low levels while the air warms aloft as the sun gets higher in the sky. And the result of that is this persistent low-level inversion, where we tend to see a lot of the moisture congregate nights and mornings, and sometimes it's kind of hard to get cleared out during the day. A good spring pattern is one with rapid warming inland, and the ocean, of course, is slower to respond as the water overturns. The meteorological pattern a lot of times is a big trough off the coast, or at least some troughing off the coast or along the coast while high pressure builds inland, and that also helps to maintain the onshore flow. Here's a typical temperature spread across Southern California on one of these days, up around 100 degrees in the desert, while the coast is in the upper 60s or lower 70s. And the hot air rising well inland helps to continue that draw of cool air off the ocean most days, especially this time of the year. Another feature we've noticed is the sea surface temperature anomaly over the California Bight. Here, temperatures have been running some 2 to 3 degrees centigrade above average. Some of the buoys, as you can see, are recording temperatures over the last several days that are running close to what you'd expect in August or maybe September. It is unusual. Not sure exactly how it's going to affect our weather in the coming weeks or how long it will persist, because as soon as some upwelling occurs, these temperatures could go away. But they should be adding some additional moisture to the atmosphere and are likely keeping coastal areas a little bit warmer at night, and maybe a degree or two warmer during the day as well. So in summary, we've experienced an abundant and unusual distribution of precipitation this water year so far. The very wet end of the winter has resulted in higher stream flows and soil moisture conditions for Southern California to end our wet season. So far, this has kept us out of drought, even as northern parts of the state have slipped into moderate to locally severe drought conditions. Spring is the low cloud season with a prevailing atmospheric stability, and the stability is what keeps a lot of precipitation away from Southern California this time of the year, although parts of Northern California will have a better chance of picking up a little bit more rain over the next week or so. Let's hope that happens. The warmer than normal sea surface in the California Bight will likely influence temperatures over Southern California until some cooler upwelling occurs. Thanks for listening.